This is Minecraft's smallest house, and this is a normal sized house. But what if I were to build the largest house in Minecraft? This build is made of over 100,000 blocks, and I will be building it in this video. First up, let's find a snow village to find the house that I want to megafy. And now that we're thousands of blocks away, we finally got a snow village. Not this one. Nope. Not this house. Nuh-uh. The house I want to build isn't even here. Let me just... Perfect. The only issue is that with this build, all the colors might blend together on a large scale. So let's go ahead and give this building a few upgrades. Okay, I said that like I was gonna do something really impressive. I just want a little color contrast. So how big is this thing gonna be? Here's the outline, and here's a singular block of the build. If you look at the normal house compared to this, 116 by 16 block is equal to 1 normal block. Now that my materials have been drained, let's head over to step 2 and get material collecting. And first on the list is all the concrete powder we're gonna need, which takes a lot of sand, which I have a little bit of. Not really enough for hundreds of stacks of concrete powder. So we're gonna build a sand duper. I mean, in this case, it's gonna be a brown concrete powder duper. Brown concrete powder duper. But to do that, we gotta collect stuff to build that, which makes me collect stuff to build that, and then to build that, to build that. Get it? So let me just quickly grab everything we're gonna need for that farm. I have been flying around all night and not a single slime has spawned in the swamp. I totally realized I could have built like 5 slime farms in the collective amount of time that I've taken in my world flying around a swamp, but I'm stupid. So, right, and with that, we finally got enough slime blocks. Yippee, yippee, oh my god. I am on 1 HP spiritually right now. But never mind that, let's go ahead and head on over to our end portal so that we can build this duper. First, we've got to get rid of the end portal frame, but, you know, that doesn't work. So instead, we have to grow mushrooms, which overrides the frames, getting rid of it. Next, let's go ahead and give ourselves some more room and then build whatever this thing is. There is no point in me explaining because I do not comprehend. I mean, seriously, who figures this stuff out, and why haven't they solved, like, global warming yet? Actually, scratch that. They've got their priorities straight. I just noticed I built this 1 block too forward. Anyways, the main part of the farm is done. Now I just gotta head over to the end and build a quick little collection system. I also had to build this chunk loader on Glob. I do not know how any of this works. I'm just gonna place down some concrete powder, flick this lever, and hope for the best. Nice! And in just 5 minutes, we already got all 126 stacks of powder. Now I just gotta quickly head back over to the duper to shut it off before I have way too much excess concrete powder, and I will get back to you guys after I finish duping everything I need. Luckily, I don't need brown concrete. I actually just need the powder, so I don't need to take ages changing this all over. Let me just convert over the colors I do need, and we can call it a wrap on the concrete stage of this build. Next up, we need a whole lot of wool. Technically, I have a sheep farm, but it's not very effective. So if we head down to my secret wool farm, I need to go ahead and add in an extra brown and gray wool farm to speed up this process. If you're watching this video in the first couple months of its release, you still have a chance to subscribe before I hit 10,000 subs. It's been a dream of mine ever since I was a kid, so if you want to make my childhood dream come true, please consider subscribing. Normally my projects have a lot bigger variety of blocks, so I need a bunch of random stuff rather than a whole lot of the same blocks like I do for this one, which explains why my infrastructure is pretty scuffed right now, but hey, we're getting there slowly but surely. Now that we got the farms we need, let's go ahead and AFK here and maximize our efficiency by collecting the snow we need as well. Now that the wool's out of the way, we are going to move on to our terracotta, and yes, I'm going to use my slightly altered villagers. Very slight change made to them. Look, I know it's not quite vanilla, but guys, it's a real inconvenience for me too. Like I get trailed by this XP, and I'm not gonna lie, it low-key makes me feel like I'm gonna throw up looking at it. I am suffering from success over here. But let's go ahead and get a couple quick trades out of the way. Nice. However, this does cause an unforeseen issue. I am out of shulker boxes. These things are full. So I really only have one option, which is something I've never had to do before. I'm gonna head over to my build, place down these shulker boxes, head over to the end, get more shulker boxes, and repeat this process. This really goes to show how much bigger this build is than anything I've done before. Now that we have the space to hold this stuff, we gotta finish with our material collecting. Let's go ahead and AFK at my bone farm, explode some trees, and I just thought of something 500 IQ that I've never done before. Normally I make a huge pillar into the sky to strip my wood. Well, my wood would be a small pillar, but that's besides the point. Anyways, then I would strip it and chop it down, which isn't fully AFKable. So what if I use my concrete powder converter, but just AFK the wood stripping? Now we need to collect a lot of string. If you remember all the concrete powder we collected, some of it's gonna have to be floating, which if you know anything about Minecraft, no float. So to combat that, if we place string down and then bing bong, and once you go a certain distance away, it's like the string isn't even there. But a problem is that we don't have a string farm, and we need 38 stacks of this stuff. Luckily though, while searching for a string farm, I saw a string duper, and I was like, I don't know, a duper? That kind of feels like a little scam, you know? A little cheaty. But then I remember my sand duper. We don't care about duping. Oh, I'm morally bankrupt. So let's go ahead and build this thing. Now all I have to do is break this and flick the lever. Let's see if this works. We got string! Yippee! Yippee! I'm just gonna sit here and work very hard to grind some string. I am such a hard worker. Thank you. Now I really do wish I could say we are done with the wood. However, I need a lot of dark oak, which doesn't work in this farm. Oh, look at this. I have a second tree farm. Doesn't work for it. Instead, we are going to have to build a third tree farm. This is just gonna be a path of tree farms, really killing my base's vibe, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and build this thing. I got my wood, but not thanks to this farm. This farm sucks. Don't build it. I realized, like, right when I was done, I said, how am I supposed to get more saplings, though? It doesn't give you saplings, which means you have to farm trees yourself to get saplings. So honestly, most of the wood I got was just me chopping it down, ruining some forest. You know how it be. Now all I gotta do is strip it, and we will be basically done with our material collecting. Oh, no. That was the one I already stripped off because it was just a better time. Gulp. Now that that's over with, I went ahead and collected the brown mushroom blocks off camera because I'm such a little cutie pie. Now let me go ahead and collect the little stuff. And I am tired of material collecting. Now all we gotta do is build this thing. And that is an intimidating amount of shulker boxes. But there is no time like the present, so let's go ahead and work on getting the wood at the corner of this build. The wood pillars are in and they are looking huge. Just ignore that this one's floating. If we look at the actual house, there's like snow on the outside and that's not in yet, so I don't want to waste blocks building the bottom pillar, which is also why there are huge gaps in the back. If there is something that's going to be blocked by another wall, we no build it. No. Oh yeah, I also excavated this whole mountain. Me making drastic changes to the landscape of an environment. No more yapping, let's go ahead and add in the base to this place. Now we got the concrete in, looking good. Now we kind of just gotta play Lincoln Log and stack these bad boys up. So instead of me, like, doing place, come back, yap, let's just finish the whole outside in one go. This is gonna take a while. This thing's huge. You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. But as you guys can see, it's a little rough on the inside. But like I said, we were focusing on the outside. And I think this is probably the most blocks I've placed during a time lapse that I've ever done. That was a hearty one. But no point focusing on the past. Let's go ahead and build a bit of the interior. Let's go ahead and start with the floor, actually. So we can cover up all the mobs in here and pretend that this isn't a thing. Let me turn off my full bright. Oh, dark. Now let's build up the walls. As you can see, we got the walls in. Let's go ahead and add some furnaces to keep us nice and cozy. Furnaces are looking good, and holy mob farm. Let me just... Now, the final thing I gotta build is a cute little bed. Okay, I may have forgotten the lanterns outside. This is the final thing I have to build. This place is crazy, but don't take my word on it. I'm going to invite in my buddy Rat to see his reaction.
Let's see this base you've been working on for a month. Alright, okay.
Yeah, the side looks pretty good. Follow me, follow me. Have you seen a bigger base?
Okay, that is super dark. Might need to redo that.
Alright, is this the biggest house you've ever seen, bro?
I literally look like a rat. I rate this place a 9.5.
Did you just not say a 10? Did you not say a 10?
Okay,
No,
it's 10. Okay.
Oh, alright, 10 out of 10, let's go! And I did that whole reveal with Rat just for me to realize after that I forgot the border. So let's go ahead and get rid of that really quickly. Alright, nice, and just like that, our build is officially done. Okay, that's it. See ya. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.